My name is Kalista White, and I'm 19 years old. And where I'm from is a little interesting. I'm American, but I grew up for 11 years in Malaysia, on Penang Island, Malaysia, and I moved to Germany when I was 14, so 4 years ago. So my parents are currently living in Germany now. What led me to Capernwray was in February, exactly a year ago. My mom told me about it, and we had two other people from my high school that came there, and my mom she was curious if I wanted to go and try it out. So I almost went to university, but then I applied to Capernwray and it changed my mind, and I decided to come here. And something that I really wanted to get out of Capernwray was to really understand the Bible and understand the things that I believed. One of the biggest questions that I had in my life as a Christian was, how do you hear the voice of God? And another big question was, I think a lot of Christians struggle with this one, but why do some Christians face really hard times and hard struggles in life, and others go through life with ease? I think throughout Capernwray I've learned that it's not very black and white. I won't get direct answers on things. I think I might take the question of how do I hear the voice of God, and I might struggle with that my entire life. And Capernwray has taught that it's okay to do that. And actually God wants us to do that. He wants us to continue to wrestle with Him and ask these questions. I think it's very well balanced, where we have a bunch of people from North America, but we have a lot of people that are like me and they're missionary kids, or they're international students, and they've just come from all over, and everybody's story here is heard, which is very cool. Something big that God has taught me at Capernwray is that we don't love out of our own strength, and we actually can't love perfectly out of our own strength, but He loves through us, and He's given us everything we need to love people around here, and we don't have to do that on our own. And so that was really big, because when living in a small community, but also it's a lot of people in this community, it's just very hard to try and always get along with people, but something that God's taught me is that His love is the one that I'm gonna love out of. Yeah. I would say the difference between my relationship before Capernwray with Jesus and after Capernwray right now is quite drastic. And I would say that the biggest thing is I just love to spend time with Him now, and I'm so much more excited to read my Bible, and praying with Him is just like talking with a person now. And I've noticed that He's definitely shifted my mind to praying more about other people instead of just things that concern me. And also in general, just reading the Bible has really equipped me in my faith, because now we have this Old Testament reading plan for winter school, and reading all the books in the Old Testament has been incredibly beneficial, and also they've been really interesting too, which I found surprising, because a lot of them I wasn't super excited to read. But reading through the Bible and knowing every single page of it is so important, and I plan to continue to do that throughout the rest of my life. The outreaches that I've done throughout Winter Bible School have been mainly with schools, and I've loved doing just working with the kids, and seeing their excitement for singing songs has been so special. I know that in a lot of countries that you're not able to go to schools and just talk about God upright, so it's just so cool how we have the opportunity to do that here. And the outreach I'm going on in 2 days actually is in Romania, and we'll also continue to be working with schools and just working with youth, and I'm so excited for that because I plan to work in a school one day as a teacher. If anyone was thinking about doing a Bible school, I would say do it, because I think that God can bring so much out of this year. And a big reason why I didn't want to come was because I thought this year was just going to be a delay to actually starting real life. But so much of what I've learned here is that this is real life, and I think this is what everybody needs to start their life with. If I could describe my time at Capernwray, I would say it is a place that God has taught me that life is not about anything to do with myself, but it's about completely surrendering to Him and living a life of service to others.